did make other machines as well. One alongside us at the moment, served with the Long Ashton Rural District Council down in Somerset. Again, another Aveling roller that started, was built up at Rochester in Kent.
Now, one of the bigger engines on the field, there's several here, they're brought along by themselves from Horsham. This is the Great North. It's called the Great North because it was built by Fowlers in Leeds. It was supplied new to Stuart Dodds, who were a heavy engineering company in Leeds, in Scotland. And you can't get much further north than that, so hence the Great North. The business assets were purchased by John Wilkinson, who used the engine until 1927, when it became uneconomical. He didn't scrap it, he put it in an open-ended shed until 1959. It went through several owners, and a third gear and rubber tyres were added to the solid metal wheels in 2011. The Great North, in actual fact, is a crane engine. And you'll say, well, it hasn't got a crane. Well, it hasn't, because when it travels on the road to things like this, the crane is taken off. The crane was used when it was in the engineering works itself to load the heavy engineering things like boilers and castings onto trailers to take on the road. There are two crane engines here today. The Great North is one of them, weighing over 20 tonnes and capable of pulling loads up to 200 tonnes.
Now, the said Avon and Porter made other types of steam engine as well. This is one of their little lightweight haulage tractors, the Whippet. Road-going engine that's fitted with extra tanks slung underneath the boiler, which meant they didn't have to keep stopping to take on water when it was out on the road.
And here's this little Ruston and Proctor tractor. Note the registration, VX14. It's called Warrior. It's a replica of a 3-ton tractor which Ruston and Proctor built in quite numbers. It was a light tractor designed to be driven and steered by one person, although as you can see there's a very elegant lady driver there with a top hat on. It was built in 1940. Now only 5 of the originals were built. They weren't very popular. 5-ton tractors, yes. 3-ton tractors, no. They only built 5 and none of the originals survived. Colin Dix built this replica and it's been given one of the original works numbers.
Now we have another Lincolnshire builder, Ruston Proctor. We've still got the plate on the side there of the company it was sold to up in Stowmarket in Suffolk. It's an agricultural engine but has spent most of its working life doing agricultural haulage or driving the thrashing drum, winching out timber and all that sort of thing.
But this one holds the world record for baling, doesn't it? This actually holds the world record for the amount of bus. And the Mr. Pumphrey who's driving this, C.R. Pumphrey and Son, Duxford Cambridge, this has been in the family's hands for over 100 years. The same family. There's not many you can say that about.
Now we have another Fowler. This time it was built up in Leeds, but it was actually sent out to Australia, and that's where it spent all its working life. It's got the Fowler's agent's name on the smoke box door there, Engineers New South Wales, although it's got John Fowler and Company Leeds on the top. But it has quite a different working life. When I first saw this, I thought this was a ploughing engine because it's got, it's got ploughing engine on the side, but it was used for direct ploughing. In other words, it would pull a plough. Now that we didn't have over here because our ground was soft. You were breaking up new ground in the colonies, as they were called, parts of Australia, and so you were able to pull it. That's where it started, but then it went on to work with a mining company, and on the other side you'll see it's got Cleghorn Bros dredge. Now that might lead you to the conclusion it was used with a dredge to pull a dredge across the lake, but no, the dredge was the type of gold mine that they were working in, and this was used to actually pull the loads of ore down to the towns as a road loco. So, and it was also used to power the machinery in their workshops through the flywheel. Melanie and her partner have done a superb job of rebuilding this engine. It only came on the field a couple of years ago, and it was a real kit of bits, that was, and they've done a lovely job of rebuilding it.
And now for the, I think the first time on this field is Fowler Lord Roberts. Has been, well, not completely restored, but largely restored by Jim and Marsh, who's up on the back there. One of the largest road locomotives you'll likely to see. I know that you won't see me on the other side, but I'm walking alongside here. And I'm 6'1", so there we are. You get an idea of what the diameter of that driving wheel is. A very powerful road locomotive. When we